Today, Kootenai County's new sheriff was sworn in. What he has to say about his new role tonight. BLOOMSDAY kicked off registration for their virtual race this year. The race will now be called BLOOMSDAY worldwide.
Snow continues to melt across the inland northwest with above normal temperatures. More wet and mild weather on the way for this weekend.
Good evening and Happy New Year to you. I'm Regina on. Mark and Whitney are off tonight. Well, Kootenai County has a new sheriff. Robert Norris was sworn into his new role as sheriff this afternoon. First order of business, swearing in new staff. Sheriff Norris also announced his plans to form a new citizens advisory group and the sheriff's clergy council. He says the groups will help him connect with the community and give him feedback on community safety plans. Sheriff Norris also shared how he hopes his term will be different from his predecessors.
We want to have a strong relationship with this community. We want the municipalities within Kootenai County to realize that we are a growing community. And unfortunately, with that growth, we're going to have that crime. And we certainly want all of our lawmakers to understand that with that aggressive growth rate, we're going to have some real crime concerns coming up on the horizon.
Now, Sheriff Norris plans to adopt operational strategies based on input from town hall meetings to address crime in the growing community. That is, once people can resume gatherings in large groups, of course. Former Sheriff Ben Wolfinger retired at the end of 2020 following 7 years as sheriff. And coming up tonight at 10 and 11, we hear more about the sheriff's law enforcement background. Be sure to join us then. Well, today, minimum wage workers in Washington will get a 19-cent raise. Workers will be paid $13.69 an hour, and for the first time since 2016, this increase was calculated from inflation, not a voter-approved ballot measure. Also starting today, the state of Washington is capping co-pays for insulin at $100 total for a 30-day supply. Insulin is now covered without being subjected to a deductible, and this law applies to both state-regulated commercial insurance and public employee plans. Starting today as well, Idaho police will start issuing tickets to drivers who violate Idaho's hands-free law. Now, the law says the only time you can use a handheld device is when your car is parked and off the road. So that means you cannot use a handheld device while waiting for a red light to change. Tickets will range from $75 to $300. Well, the extension of COVID-19 restrictions in Washington could put a damper on a popular New Year's resolution of getting in shape. Gym owners say they're going to miss out on what's usually the busiest time of the year.
It's really hard. I'm torn because I really do think that the safety of the overall community and sometimes making some of those sacrifices is what people need to do in order to get out of this. I know I'll survive. What that's going to look like coming out of it is going to be the interesting question.
Now, the governor's restrictions on indoor dining and recreation is extended until at least January 11th, with no word on what will happen next. New tonight, the U.S. Senate delivered the first successful override of President Trump's veto of the National Defense Bill. Earlier, Senate Republican leaders killed a final attempt for a vote on the House bill to give $2,000 stimulus checks to many Americans.
The House Democrats' bill is just simply not the right approach.
This is the last chance to deliver $2,000 before a new Congress is sworn in.
Now, the new Congress convenes on Sunday. It will face its first test just 3 days later, with dozens of House Republicans and GOP Senator Josh Hawley expected to contest the counting of those electoral votes. Now, the president praised Hawley on Twitter, saying America is proud of Josh and the many others who are joining him. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking down to Georgia's two crucial Senate runoff elections. That's on January 5th. The outcome there will determine which party controls the U.S. Senate. All right, turning now to a live look at beautiful downtown Spokane tonight. I believe that is the Ribbon Skating Center. I haven't been there yet. I hear it's absolutely so much fun. Oh, look at her. She did a turn there. Love that. All right, Michelle, I hear the Spokane area definitely could see some high winds though going into this weekend. How is it looking?
It's looking kind of wild this weekend. I guess 3 W's would describe it. It's going to be warm, it's going to be wet, and it's going to be windy. We're talking about above average temperatures that mean we may not see below freezing temperatures until the middle of next week. So if you're enjoying this little mild spell in what's normally the coldest time of the year, we've got more of that. Taking a look at temperatures across the region right now, we're sitting at 38 in Spokane, where temperatures have been in the mid-30s all night, all morning, and in the upper 30s to near 40 this afternoon. 35 in Coeur d'Alene, 36 in Deer Park, mid-30s in Moses Lake, and in the upper 30s in Pullman. It's been mostly a dry day in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, but we do have some rain showers moving in tonight. Yeah, just plain old rain on top of the snow that's still rapidly melting across much of the Spokane area. We'll see some passing showers this evening, but even with the rain in the lower elevations, those higher elevations could see some heavy snow, so winter storm watch has been issued that includes a Lookout Pass. This is for Saturday afternoon into Sunday morning above 4,000 feet, and Lookout Pass is at 4,500 feet, so this does not affect 4th of July Pass, which is much lower, but heavy snow above 4,000 feet is possible during this time period, 8 to 15 inches, and of course the strong winds that we're going to see in Spokane will also be affecting the mountain passes, so gusts up to 40 miles per hour possible along with that. In the short term, we're looking at cloudy skies early this evening, but then some rain showers passing through. Later tonight, it's not going to be an all-night rain, but a passing shower event. We'll see more rain for tomorrow. So the forecast for tomorrow, mild, windy, and wet. 45 for the high on Saturday. The winds really start to pick up Saturday night into Sunday. Sunday, we could even see some sunshine with stronger winds, 30 to 40 miles per hour. Highs in the mid-40s again, and staying mild on Monday. Not as windy, though. A few rain showers and highs in the lower 40s.
All right, Michelle, thank you. We'll check back in with you in just a bit. Well, for several years, we've been following the progress of Spokane's first co-housing community. And this year, despite the pandemic, they were able to break ground on construction.
COVID-19 put a pause on a lot of construction projects, but Haystack Heights was able to continue as planned.
Our crew has been out there day in, day out, regardless of the weather, plodding away,
building houses and communal buildings for the co-housing community.
Today they finished up the 3rd floor units.
We're about midway through the construction process.
They were able to make that happen because co-founder Mariah McKay made sure all of their permits were lined up before the COVID shutdown.
We just couldn't be more thrilled.
There's the common house.
Last time we talked to Mariah, Haystack Heights was sold out. But one family decided to move somewhere else, opening up one more spot in the community.
So there's one 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhome that did become available.
Anyone can look into buying into that home and joining the community. They're just looking for someone who will fit in with the other 39 families.
This is a determined group of people. These are people who want to live intentionally as neighbors together.
It's a bond they've been growing for years, but the pandemic changed a lot.
Everybody became a Zoom expert.
While the community is under construction, the families are all coming up with guidelines for how they want to live and share together, all in preparation for a 2021 move-in date. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Some big things to look forward to this year, of course. Okay, with the new year here, it's time to make sure you are financially ready. We'll have some tips to help you out when we come back after this break.